What have you got for us, Nintendo?
Peggy 18.
Probably a bit loud. Is that better? Oh, Denshi attack! This was one of the top games on the Steam Next Fest that just happened. I watched Vinny Vinesauce to try the demo of this. It looks crazy fun. I remember having this train racing game on the PS2. And that was one of those games where you could literally change tracks. Uh-oh. No, what's the voice this time? Oh my god, boss fights! No way! That's awesome! Hi, Gizmo! Can I call you Gizzy? And the demo's on here.
Soc en David. I jo l'Àngel. Som l'Undercoders, l'estiu independent de Barcelona que hi ha darrere de Shutterstock.
Com heu vist,
Espanyol!
viatges en un tren acrobàtic a través d'un Japó futurista i colorit, executant trucs amb estil per aconseguir la millor puntuació mentre lluites contra bosses i alliberes les vies del control d'una megacorporació malvada.
Ens hem inspirat moltíssim a la cultura japonesa i en l'energia dels jocs arcade clàssics per crear un món que senti expressiu, rebel i molt ràpid.
Avui tenim el plaer d'anunciar un parell de coses molt emocionants. En primer lloc, que Densattack sortirà el 17 de juny amb una skin de tren exclusiva a la Nintendo Switch 2.
Exclusive skin.
Avui més tard tindreu disponible a la Nintendo eShop una demo gratuïta de Densattack per a Nintendo
Switch 2 only, I take
I
it.
hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
All aboard for the latest indie world. I'm Marissa.
And I'm Thomas. We're excited to showcase another packed lineup of new indies headed to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
Forgive me, but I can't wait to introduce this next game coming to Nintendo Switch. Let's take a look.
Okay. So this is a Switch 1 as well.
한국게임개발사 드림모션의 이준영입니다.
안녕하세요. 아티스트 최은진입니다.
안녕하세요. 프로그래머 류성중입니다.
마이리 퍼피는 실제로 제가 입에 키웠던 강아지 공과
big adorable
꿈과
eyes.
소망을 더해 만든 게임입니다. 가장 개인적인 것이 가장 창의적인 것이다 라는 말처럼 마이리를 퍼피가 만남과 이별 그리고 재회에 관한
My little
모든
puppy.
이야기로 여러분들의 마음속에 남게 되면 좋겠습니다.
게임 속 귀여운 강아지들은 팀의 모든 아티스트들이 쏟아부은 놀라운 노력의 결과물입니다.
마이리를 퍼피가 강아지를 좋아하는 세상 모든
Problem
분들의
I have,
마음속에
though,
감동으로 기억되는 작품이 되면 좋겠습니다.
감사합니다.
The subtitles are partially covered up, which is kind of annoying. This chat is kind of annoying. I
There's
wish I
an
could
old
get rid of it.
saying that when you depart from this world, the dog who went ahead will warmly welcome you.
A
Oh,
heartwarming hope at the core of the wonderfully wholesome My Little Puppy, a new adventure inspired by the director's own Welsh corgi.
that's what
Play as
friendship's all
Bongo, a rescued
about.
dog and bestest boy who, after a simple yet joyful life, crosses the rainbow bridge to doggy heaven.
After what seems like an eternity, Bongo awakes from a nap to a familiar scent, his daddy.
Embark on a journey to meet Bongu's
Oh.
dad, an expedition out of doggy heaven and into the afterlife that may hold unexpected dangers.
Oh my god, bosses!
Just as Bongo's dad once rescued him, it's his turn to return the favor in My Little Puppy, bounding its way onto Nintendo Switch
Oh.
May 29th.
I like that. I like that. That's a sweet
Next
little
up,
idea.
let's take a look at some indies headed for Nintendo Switch 2, including
It's a
some
barrel!
also headed
Wait.
to Nintendo Switch.
I'm so
Are
excited.
those late? Ba-da-dee. Thank you for the head pat.
Ho!
Heave!
Ho 2!
Introducing the
Oh,
high
God.
fun follow-up to the ultimate friend-flinging party game.
Grab hands, arms, or even heads to form chains of up to 4 players, then grapple and swing to reach the goal,
That seems pretty
avoiding
fun.
lethal hazards and the deadly void below.
Each player needs to grab and release at just the right moment to form chains. If anyone loses their grip, it can send the whole group to their doom.
There are 8 themed worlds.
I mean,
to
it was a
explore,
pirate. Of
thrilling
course he's gonna
exotic
betray the
locations
team.
like a medieval land, a space station, and of course, a kitchen.
In each one, play with
Oh,
brand new
damn.
mechanics like rocket navigation, coordinated cookery, and plenty of other surprises.
Swing into action with local
gross.
4-player co-op or online multiplayer, a franchise first. Plus, game share is supported, so if one player has the game, they can share it locally or online with up
I
to
do
3
like
other
game share
players.
features.
Get ready to get a grip in Heave Ho 2, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch this summer.
Do you reckon a Nintendo Direct is something I could literally just have on the full screen so that you can read the subtitles?
And
Dungeon diving for wondrous relics?
I was going to say having a nice hot cup of cocoa, but that works too.
In Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, continue your double life as a crafty merchant by day and a fearless adventurer by night.
Will is back in business after an interdimensional collector seizes control of their beloved village and dungeons. Will and the other townsfolk are forced to find a new home.
Now, settled in the town of Tresna, it's up to you to set up a new shop and grow it into the thriving heart of the village's prosperity.
Dive into vibrant dimensions brimming with shiny loot and pesky enemies. Then vanquish them using an extensive combat system with different weapon types and flashy combos.
Don't forget your trusty backpack. It's your best friend while collecting loot, so make sure to carefully arrange your treasure to maximize your profits.
Trust your instincts to plot clever routes through your dungeon runs. The
So
further
it is
you
a
delve,
roguelike.
the greater the rewards. How far will you dare to go?
After each escapade, put your hard-earned treasure on sale. That's where your shop owner charm will shine. Grow and decorate your shop.
Okay,
Get to know your
that's
customers
interesting
and set
though.
your
The
prices
whole
to score
the whole
perfect deal.
selling, you know, the
Go
whole
from
store
castaway
simulator
to
as well
friendly
is
neighbor
always
and
an
find a new
appreciated
home
element to
among
these
the
sorts of
stranded.
games.
In Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, opening up shop on Nintendo Switch 2 this year.
It's good to see a load of exclusive
We're
Switch
the
2
team
titles.
behind Widow. Do you remember a time when your backyard and neighborhood streets felt like the entire world?
Хоть мы и выросли в разных местах, нас объединяет одно общее чувство.
Это Фокси, сердце нашей истории, и она так-то собрала нас вместе.
Denn auch wenn wir erwachsen sind, ist diese Magie aus unserer Kindheit nie verschwunden.
So from all of us here, we hope you enjoy the game. Thanks.
Wouldn't it be nice just to slow down and get back to when things were simpler?
Ah, it sure
Wow, this game
would.
looks pretty.
Well, in
This
Widow,
game looks really
you
pretty.
do just that. In this cozy diorama puzzle game, you assemble wooden scenes piece by piece, like a 3D coloring book.
As you place objects in their correct spots, each scene slowly fills with color and comes to life, revealing charming animations and delightful surprises.
Follow the story of Foxy the Fox and Ben the Frog through a series of interconnected dioramas, each capturing a unique moment from their shared adventure.
The game adapts to your pace, while the narrator's voice keeps you company.
nice.
Plus,
This is nice.
plenty of funny characters and silly emotes are sure to put a smile on your face.
And mouse controls are also supported on Nintendo Switch 2. Settle into a world that comes together
Mouse
one
controls
piece
are
at a
always
time in
appreciated.
Widow, slotting onto Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch this summer.
Oh, it's on both. Nice.
The Unchosen has returned. Your village has been captured. All your friends and family are trapped in corrupted crystal, and it's all up to you to save them.
Shoot, that sounds like an adventure.
A mini-shoot adventure. Take control of a swift and responsive spaceship as you blast your way through this modern, twin-stick shooting twist on the classic 8-bit adventure formula.
Overcome
Okay,
bosses in intense
interesting.
bullet-filled battles by finding primordial powers.
Don't
that
question it,
soup up your
Yoonbug.
combat
Don't
abilities.
question it.
You can also upgrade your ship by leveling up, finding various items, and buying equipment.
Don't forget to rescue your
So
adorable
it's Zelda,
friends.
but
They'll all
instead
help
of
you in
a
their
young
own
elf
special
boy,
way.
you are a
Primordial
spaceship.
powers will also unlock exploration abilities that open up the map bit by bit, unraveling a beautiful world to discover at your own pace.
Explore lush caverns, ancient temples, and sunken cities. Each environment full of its own unique
Now
treasures,
the thing is,
challenges,
some indie
and
games,
secrets.
Take on the
you won't
Unchosen
see much
in
of a graphical
mini-shoot
difference between
adventures,
it and like
flying
on a
onto
PC or
Nintendo Switch
something.
2
So
and
the
Nintendo
portability
Switch
factor
later
adds to
today.
those games. So they make it more likely you want to get them on a Switch.
What is the dark? Is it ugly and cruel? Is it a place for monstrosities? For fools lost?
Man, it's like a Nightmare Before Christmas animation.
Where all your nightmares
Zelda Star Fox crossover? I guess you could say that. Although that's more Star Fox Adventures in my opinion. Midnight Walk. End of the month. Interesting. I mean, who knows which one makes it Peggy 18?
And I'm Jambel, and we're devs on the team making Rotwood here at Clay Entertainment in Vancouver, Canada.
The Rot.
We grew up playing
Stop
games
the
shoulder to shoulder
Rotwood.
with friends. Inspired by the moment-to-moment strategy of fighting games
it
and
is
the
a very
big
unique
bosses of
game, true.
RPGs, Rotwood was developed to recapture the spirit of those good times.
We wanted progress to feel like it comes not just from new gear, but from you, the player, actually improving. So that each hunt you learn something new that inspires ideas for your next run.
Another roguelike.
We've poured ourselves into Rotwood, and we hope you enjoy it.
Chaos rules!
And big old corrupted beasts drool in
Rotwood, a brand new side-scrolling brawler from the studio behind the Don't Starve series.
Well, it's a
Your
brawler,
home's been
okay.
overrun by some hyped-up hostiles, so it's time to take up arms and dive into the fray.
Master a diverse combat system that rewards those who sharpen their skills. Want to get up close and crush some enemies? Wield a hammer.
Want to be a deadeye that snipes baddies from afar? Take aim with a bow.
Practice and perfect combo attacks for each weapon type to reach your destructive potential.
Experiment with gear combos to refine your build. Earn epic loot through victories. Then use it to face ever-increasing challenges.
And you'll need all the help you can get. Boss fights are not just a test of strength, but of wits.
Got a
Study
nice art
attack
style.
patterns carefully to find their weakness, and use well-placed strikes to hit them where it hurts.
A little extra muscle always helps too. Grab up to 3 of your friends either locally or online, and face the rots together.
Choose your weapon and get ready to take on the frenzied foes of Rotwood.
Oh God,
hacking
furry!
and slashing its way onto Nintendo Switch 2 as a console
You're not gonna
exclusive.
see Smash
Later
Bros
today.
here. Oh, is this oh, what is this one called? Oh, okay, the skateboarding.
Most of the time, I'm wondering if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to have the optimal teenage experience.
The teenage
All right.
experience is unobtainable.
High on life? Is this high on life? Probably not.
Because you know the perfect song for every moment. What song would be playing now?
I don't think it's been written yet.
Mixtape, okay. Interesting.
It's time to shine the spotlight on this brand new action RPG from the makers of Guacamelee and Nobody Saves the World.
In Blighted, the evil Sorcisto has consumed your village and infected the world with a deadly blight.
You are the lone survivor of Sorcisto's rampage,
Someone
fighting
has
to
to
reclaim
ask
the
if
memories
Smash
of your
is gonna be
people
included.
before you succumb.
But that same power can also be turned
It's
to
like
your
people
advantage.
don't. It's like
As you
people think
progress through the
Nintendo is an
psychedelic
indie
Western
company.
landscape, you'll accumulate blight by defeating enemies. The higher your blight, the fiercer enemies become, making combat harder, but also more rewarding.
Combat is nuanced and
Fight
deadly
the
for
blight.
players of any level. Carefully time your attacks to weave through enemies, chain together combos, and perform powerful finishers to defeat punishing bosses.
Uncover dark mysteries as you explore this surreal and vibrant world, backed by a haunting original score.
Upgrade your hero at checkpoints, or by talking to key characters on your journey. And if you need a helping hand, a friend can drop in via local or online multiplayer for some 2-player co-op action.
Harness the power of blight and unravel the mysteries of a twisted world in Blighted, creeping its way onto Nintendo Switch 2.
Surely you like the
this
art style
autumn.
of this one, Junebug.
Hi, I'm Justin from Prophecy Games in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, I'm Jess.
And I'm Scott. We love the feeling of progression you get in roguelikes. And we were
Another
inspired to create
roguelike.
an FPS roguelike in our favorite genre, sci-fi.
Sci-fi lets us imagine futures just out of reach, and in Dead Zone Rogue, everyone pulls you deeper into that world, starting when you awaken on a mysterious ship.
We've worked hard to craft rich,
gets the
immersive
approval.
atmospheres, unique enemies, and snappy gunplay that leaves a lasting impact.
We hope you enjoy playing Dead Zone Rogue as much as we do.
A spaceship overrun with biomechanical creatures, an arsenal of modifiable weapons, and a mysterious origin to uncover. That's what awaits in Dead Zone Rogue, a new sci-fi shooter that combines tight, satisfying gunplay with strategic progression.
Select missions and
I mean,
squad up with
to be
friends,
fair,
or fight solo through
If
a
you're
series
the
of
head,
challenging
if you're the
rooms
head of
with
the
support
company,
for mouse
you're gonna
controls
announce yourself,
using the
and you
Joy-Con
guys
2
could just tell
controllers.
us who you are.
Gain perks and permanent upgrades by defeating enemies and bosses in high-intensity loops.
With hundreds of builds and a variety of foes, each run feels epic and unique.
All of this is backed by a rip-roaring original soundtrack.
Online multiplayer?
Fight, revive, adapt, repeat in Dead Zone Rogue, emerging from the void on Nintendo Switch 2, March 17th.
Just generic Space
Before we
Marine.
go, let's check out some more exciting indie games heading to Nintendo Switch 2 and
Oh, damn.
Nintendo Switch.
That felt short. Grave Seasons. Oh, is this that horror one? Or is it another graveyard like simulator, like graveyard? What's that graveyard game called? Oh no, the train exploded! Tome 2? Okay, I've heard of that one. I've heard of the first game of that one. One store, many stories. I like the look of this. You want me to run a store? Because I would be willing to do that. Ratatan. Interesting.
That's all for today's... Thomas,
Oh.
are you taking notes?
I have
Are we
to.
done?
It might be a clue.
A clue for what?
The last game.
Welcome to Mount Holly, the
Oh,
mysterious manor with
blueprints.
locked doors and 45 shifting rooms.
In Blueprints, you embark on a first-person, genre-bending journey filled with a unique mix of mystery, strategy, and
This is a
puzzles
game
that
I
weave
really
together
want
to
to try.
create an unpredictable experience.
The mansion resets every day, and every doorway becomes a choice. So, manage your resources carefully to further your discoveries and get closer to finding the fabled Room 46.
Use mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controller to probe and poke at the manor's secrets, unraveling mysteries
yes,
by
more
discovering
mouse
letters,
control
diaries,
support.
and other revealing materials.
Take notes and draft your own adventure in Blueprints. Available on Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah,
later
from what I've
today.
seen, you were streaming this, weren't you, Azure? How you doing, by the way?
Now that we've solved that mystery, that's really all for today's Indie World. We hope you enjoyed the games in
There
today's
were a
showcase.
few titles there
Big
I would
thank
like
you,
to
as
try.
always, to our indie community and partners for bringing their craft, adventures, and imaginations to players on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch. Until next time,
happy gaming!
Happy gaming! Alright, and that was the Indie World Direct. Was not as long as I was expecting it to be. I thought it was going to be a bit longer for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because we've, it was about 20 minutes, I think. Yeah, this seems to be all it was. Yeah, well, how am I? Not gonna lie, my throat's getting a bit sore. I might actually be getting sick. I think I really am. Which is probably why it's probably good that this stream is gonna be as short as it is. I've done what I can, though. I take vitamins. I take the multivitamins that focus on your health. Well, I guess, you know, at the same time. It was nice to see that a lot of these were Switch 2 exclusive as well. Because I feel like that's what a lot of people are kind of been worried about. That a lot of these, like, indie worlds and stuff seem to be both Switch 1 and 2, if they're on both. And a lot of them were Switch 1, well, you can't say the Switch 1 exclusive because they're backwards compatible. But you know what I mean. Ah, Gwen, hi. Well, we're going to have a quick go through and see what it was. So, Dench Attack. Dench Attack definitely feels like one of those sorts of games, you know, you like playing. I mean, after all, I did have the whole Like I said, I had this PS2 train racing game where you could literally just, you know, fly along the rails. Basically, you were racing 5 other trains, and there were like multiple like turns into each of his rails, and it was really fun. This one seems a bit more of an action game, though. And it has different things. It looked pretty cool. From what I saw of it, anyway. I feel as though that PlayStation and Microsoft have really diminished next gen, because most of the games were on both PS4 and PS5 or Xbox One and Xbox Series X, weren't they? But a lot of people have been complaining there aren't enough games to buy a Switch 2 for. So it is good that we are actually seeing games being released just for the Switch 2 on Nintendo. I know that's going to be a hot take, and people who have a Switch 1 and don't want to buy a Switch 2 obviously going to feel left out, but the Switch is nearly 10 years old. It's had a really good run. I think, you know, now that a new console is out, you're going to see that happening. More and more games only going to get released for the Switch 2. And I know that's upsetting to some people, but you are still getting your own Switch 1 games. You got the, well, you say that, but let's not forget, Nintendo are just a video game company. They need to sell their hardware. But your point is well taken. So, yeah. So, Dench Attack definitely looks like a fun game. Definitely one of those I'm going to consider checking out. And then we had this little game, My Little Puppy. And this dog is precious. I love this dog. They dressed him up and he's got big, beautiful eyes. They're so cute. So yeah, we got this one where you're basically a dog. You're your own, you know, you've gone to heaven. And your owner has now arrived in the afterlife, and you have to save him. Because I don't know what happened to him, but I think he got lost on the way to heaven. And you're the dog and you have to save him. You got a mix of the hand-drawn stuff, and then you got boss fights. I mean, look at this thing. It's crazy. And then we had Heave Ho 2. One of those, it feels like a couch game, a couch co-op game to me. It definitely looks that way. I didn't actually know there was even a Heave Ho 1, which is kind of strange. How come I never heard of it? I mean, I don't really do a lot of game nights anymore, if at all. Hence why you see me stream on Tuesdays more frequently now. But if we did organize a get-together, this might be one of those games I buy and have us try it out. And we had Moonlighter 2. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Night. Was it The Endless? It's The Endless something. The Endless Vault. This game looked very fun to me because it combined two of my favorite genres. The roguelike and the store sim. So basically, you go on adventures into the vault. It reminds me of Cuisinier, only it's a bit more focused on like general sales rather than cooking. So yeah, you fight in the dungeon, you collect treasures, and then you set up a shop and you sell the stuff you find in the vault. So yeah, this is definitely something I would also be invested in. And then we have this little game, Woodo. This was one of the multi-platform games, Switch 1 and Switch 2. Excuse me. Sorry. For those of you who aren't here at the start, the reason this stream is so short, I'm actually, my older brother's birthday meal was today. We went to an all-you-can-eat restaurant. I'm a bit full, a bit, you know, burpy as well. I apologize. I'm trying to avoid it. So you're basically a puzzle game where you're like building dioramas, and the dioramas come to life as you complete them. A simple game, but it definitely is a fun-looking game. And then we have our mini shoot adventure, a combination of Zelda and Star Fox, as Mezu put it. So basically, you are, instead of a little elf boy, you are a spaceship. And you're exploring a world, you're fighting bosses, you're collecting goods to level, to empower yourself. Really weird combination, I have to say, but it does look really nice, at least. Not quite sure it's for me personally, but I'm sure some people will like it. And this is the game that Yoon liked for its distinctive dark art style. I mean, it is very dark and, yeah, kind of scary. Kind of scary looking, but, you know, if you're into that, I think you've got something here you'll enjoy. And then we had Rotwood. Arena brawler game. It was it has, well, I think most indie games, a lot of them have to go for a distinctive art style to stand out. It looks pretty good. It's definitely one of those where I'm gonna potentially, if I could get some people to play it with me, it would be something I'd consider investing in. But the problem is, a lot of these games, I buy them, and then none of my streamer friends actually even have them themselves. So it becomes like, I have this game, and I have no one to play it with. Why did I do this? Why have I always do this to myself? So yeah, you can build up your character through your adventures. Weapons, skills, perks. That character reminds you of this prototype. The little onion looking kid in the Midnight Walk. That one. Very dark indeed. And then the game I thought was High on Life for some reason. I don't know why. I think the aesthetic was. I think the aesthetic one was. Made me think it was something along those lines. But yeah, just living as a teenager. Living your best life as a teenager. Game. Not so sure it is the game I am interested in personally. It's just, you know, just not really something I look to when I play games. And then we got Blighted, another roguelike, similar in the vein of Hades, I believe. The one with the fangs. I don't know which one that is. That one? That one? I assume that's the one you mean. There are fang-like teeth in that one. And then, Dead Zone Rogue. Another roguelike, but this is a sci-fi shooter. FPS. Really cool. Bigger head, I don't know the timestamp. Well, when you're watching this back, if you watch this VOD back, you'll be able to find it, and then you can timestamp it for me, okay? Because this will go up on my my YouTube. Should be tonight, so yeah, look out for this on there. If you're watching this on YouTube already, hi. Thanks for watching and hearing my brief but, you know, initial thoughts on these things. So yeah, definitely a June game. Whether it's a me game, we'll have to see. Wait, have I missed something? No, hold on. I think it was the last thing. And then we had the sizzle reel. Looks like something akin to Graveyard Keeper, this one. Hold on. Grave Seasons. Very nice pixel art style here. Pixel art is something that will never go out of fashion. Pixel art will always have a place in the gaming sphere. Unreal 2 back on track. Now, I like trains, don't get me wrong. Maybe I'll try the demo. We'll see. Toem 2. I know I was aware of Toem 1, but I never played it. Anyone in chat played that one? Was it any good? And Inkobini, One Store, Many Stories. Yeah, I'm getting this one. This one just looks fun. I just like these sort of shop sims, and apparently chat was very interested in that as well. Outbound. I think you're building a cabin in the woods or something like that in this one. Interesting. Not sure it's me. Ratatan. Was told this one was a very good game. Good to see it. Good to see a game coming out in it. So yeah, normally a sizzle reel has like 15, 20 games. That was only like 9, wasn't it? That's what threw me off. It felt kind of short. And then the last game, of course, Blueprints. A game many people I've watched have a real good time with. What was it? Azure has streamed this whole game, and they enjoyed it. So, yeah, this is one of those I was looking into, but having it on a handheld, and if I played some of it, you know, in my own, if it feels like a game I could play in my own time. Not sure it'd be a stream game for me, but who knows? Maybe it could be one of those like streams where I like stream like, you know, I play it in my own time, but also stream it now and again. It could be one of those games for me. I'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, there's a whole element of puzzle solving as well. Critical thinking, something I need more of, I think. I don't really play a lot of puzzle games, do I? You think that's something I should do? I should play more puzzle games? Expand my brain? Keep the juices flowing? And that stuff? So, to summarize, Dench Attack, My Little Puppy, Moonlighter 2, Woodo, Dead Zone Rogue's a maybe. Where was that one? There was one in here. And yeah. Inkobone store. One store, many stories. So yeah, that was a decent amount of games I would like to play from this indie world. If I were to give this indie world a rating out of a 10, a numeric, I would say 6.3 out of 10. That is my rating for this. A solid one. That it is. All right, you said 940. I was gonna say, what is 940 here? Because, you know, it's kind of hard to see when you had a whole section of, you know, tune-in section, so it's really hard to see there. Anyway. Take a screenshot if you want, Mezu, and, you know, drop it in my DMs if you want. We can wait for a bit before we end the stream today. But yeah, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed this. Solid. well, I say that, but I also need to I need to have a bath and then settle down. Maybe I'll finish watching Vinesauce's Resident Evil Requiem stream. Or maybe one of his other streams. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope there were some games in this Direct that you yourself would like to play. And if you're in my Discord and you want to share which ones you want, the game chat is always open. It's not my Discord isn't the most active when it comes to conversation, but it is, you know, let's get a conversation going. Come on, let's do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's looking like we're going to do the Leaf Green Nuzlocke stream tomorrow. Instead of the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds mod collection and Mario Tennis Fever. We will reschedule those for another day I have free, okay? I'll see you guys then. And stick around for the raid, please. And thank you. Good night.